Okay, you'll have to be patient with me. I started this yesterday and tried to polish it today. It's called Palinization. When I write, I need to more effectively resuccinctivize my thoughts. Sort of like Sarah, only smarter and intentionally. Then I can roguely and honestly defend my carefully chosen words or creation thereof, sort of like Shakespeare, and not have them manipulated by the liberal mainstream media. After that, I can reload my vocabulary by looking into one of those, oh darn, what do you call that thing? Oh yeah, thesaurus. And perhaps while I'm at that self-sustaining, self-financing public library, I can look into some of those history, economics, geography, and political science books. And then me and Todd and the mama grizzlies that haven't got shot yet can go out and can let go of all those darn smart guy advisors with all their incesticant, simpleton, sloganeering, and fabulous celebritizing ideas, even though, gosh darn it all of that and my personal cuteness have already proven to everyone in this doggone country that I can get elected at any tea party in town until I resign before the end of my term for the good of the little people and the Constitution of the United States of America.
Yeah.
All right, this is a true story. That one was too. It's called Wedding Day. We weren't invited, but neither were we very close to them, even though they'd been our neighbors for my whole life. Papa Frank was pretty much a drunk. Mike, the oldest, was gone when I was a kid. But Franny, the second one, was married to Rose and lived the second house over. Always tumultuous at Rose's house because Franny took after his dad, even after Rose threw him out. But he did love to go deer hunting each fall in the Catskills with the firemen. I never once saw him bring a deer home. He always looked hungover. We could see the back half of their house from our back porch. And Mama Mildred, his mother, would hire me to mow the lawn for $5. And that was good money in the early 60s. But it was a pretty big lawn. And they always gave me a real good tip for the newspaper delivery, too. Mom had Rose do her hair in the unlicensed beauty shop she ran at her house. There was one house between our house and their two houses, and 6-foot-tall hedges along both sides of that yard blocked only a view of their grass. It didn't do much for blocking the fighting whenever Franny tried to get back in. Well, today, his oldest son, Frankie, was getting married, and the party was going on over there. Brother Donald and I were working on Mom's back porch, putting on a new railing. Nowadays, it seems like the summer of '88 was the last time Don and I really got along. We couldn't see anything but Frankie standing in the side door. Powder blue tux a little rumpled, cummerbund crooked, his eyes big as saucers, his mouth agape as he stared down behind the hedges. There's no doubt in my mind that it was a high-powered rifle shot. It had that signature whizzing sound a rifle bullet makes as it leaves the muzzle. I jumped off the porch and busted my way through both hedges, Donald not far behind. When I got through the second hedgerow, there's Franny in another powder blue tux, lying on his side, back to me, smoking deer rifle laying on his leg. Back of his tux, a bleeding hole the size of a $50, bleeding bad, bits of bone on the sides of the hole. Frankie stands frozen on the side porch, dumb. Call 911! Call 911! Frozen, solid, still. Donald, call 911! He runs. I push 3 fingers into Franny's back to slow the bleeding, because I figure that covering the hole will just force all that blood to stay inside his chest. Maybe this will work. What do I know, goddammit? Goddammit! Franny looks me right in the eye and says, "Leave me alone." Raspy, angry. No, man, I can't do that. God, his dark red blood's trailing down my wrist, dripping off. Just Just let me die. Franny, I just can't do that. Leave me alone. This time barely audible as he begins to fade into unconsciousness. Nobody could do that, Franny. You just can't do that, God damn it! A bubbling, wheezing sound from the wound gets progressively slower. His eyelids heavy, closing. Billy Gautier from the other side of Mom's house arrives with a blanket. Don told him what happened. He's a lieutenant on the fire department, so he takes over. He's loosening the cummerbund and then pants in time for Franny's water to spill. It just spills out. We wrap him as I wipe the lung tissue clotting the fingers between Billy's blanket. I'm kind of embarrassed as Billy glances at me. It seems like the last few seconds that the rescue squad was inflating a bodysuit. I figured it was too late. Franny lingered for 2 weeks in the hospital just so he could cross roads as much as possible. Word at the fire department was he couldn't hit a deer in the heart either.